All right, chat, real quick. We're going to go through the roster real fast. So we'll start with Nagoryuki. We'll go left to right, and then we'll start at Anji on the bottom row. So real quick, chat. Nagoryuki, what do we think? We thinking buffs? We thinking nerfs? Or we thinking staying the same? In my opinion, I think he stays the same. You know, I don't think he's too overbearing. I don't think any of his mix is ridiculous. I do think his mix is ridiculous, but the thing that keeps him in check is the blood gauge. Stay? Yeah, we're thinking stay. Now, what do we think about Millia? I think she could stay the same, because I feel like people are still figuring her out. I don't think there's enough characters in the game, and not enough characters in the game. Sorry, enough people that play this character in this game to figure out like where she is exactly on the tier list. Yeah, honestly, I think if she gets buffed a little bit, then people are gonna start playing her. Then she's gonna be ridiculous. People are figuring out how to like bait bursts or like make sure their mix is definitely guaranteed. They're getting more out of their combos. Her air-to-air confirms are ridiculous. She gets a lot of damage out of a lot of her shit. No Millia buffs. No Millia buffs. Now Chipp. What y'all thinking about Chipp? What do y'all think? Nerf J2K, nerf command grab. J2K is ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie. J2K it's OD. He has a fucking GPS on J2K. He said he has a GPS. That's so funny because he actually does. Like every time he does this shit, it just lands on top of you wherever you are. It doesn't matter. I can never 6P that move. I think that's the one move that I feel like is bullshit with this character that needs to change just a little bit. Like just change it a little bit. If I FD J2K, I feel like you should not be in range to like 2K me or something. I feel like some of his shit needs like a little bit of adjusting because I feel like I get mixed by this character really hard. But then again, you have to realize that when Chipp touches you, it's not for a lot of damage. It's really just overbearing because he's doing a lot. Like he's really fast and he's really doing a lot. But I feel like for like a lot of the other cats, like a lot of other characters on this roster, for them to mix you and get high damage is very, very rare. So I don't feel like Chipp should be any different, you know? Like Millia is mixing you, she's not getting high damage, you know? Chipp's mixing you, not getting high damage. Leo's mixing you, but Leo doesn't really get insane damage unless it's like counter hit stuff. You know, there's not too many characters that are mixing. Same thing with Eno. Eno mixes, she doesn't get high damage. Zato in some of his mix setups, he doesn't get high damage. It just mix, you know? Kind of keep the damage where it's at. Definitely just slight nerfs. Just slight. Now talk to me, chat. What are we thinking about my boy Soul here? I know there's not many of you happy. 5K, yeah. Nerf the damage. Yes, please nerf his damage, bro. This character is good without nuking me every time he touches me. No, now chat, for nerfing Soul, I think that they don't need to touch Far Slash. I think Far Slash is fine. Actually, no, I lied. Far Slash is not fine. I will never let that statement sit out of my mouth like that. So what I'm trying to say is that Far Slash itself, like just the move being plus, is okay. What they need to do is they need to nerf the recovery. It needs to recover at some point. Like it's forward advancing, it's plus, and the thing about it is it has 0 recovery because he could do Far Slash on whiff into 5K to cover himself. Like if you jump over Far Slash and he can still anti-air you. Like what? Why is he still able to 5K after I just finished making him with Far Slash? Same. 6S. We're gonna talk about 6 Slash too. His 6S, that shit needs to be nerfed. That has way too much range. Too many active frames, so much damage. Like this character is just privileged everywhere. 6S built like a Ramlethal move. I'm saying, bro, 6S is it's actually too good. He has the fastest button in the game, and he has a plus slash, and he nukes your health bar, and he has the best DP in the game, and he has ridiculous super, and he has a command grab super. No one does it, but he has a command grab super. Bro, this character is not fair. People really just talk about Far Slash and 5K. I'm gonna make this quick because we're not gonna talk about Soul all day because I know we can. Far Slash needs more recovery. Absolutely. It needs more recovery. I want to say make 5K 5 frames, but I know they're not gonna do that, so I'm not even gonna ask for it. But just, bro, holy shit. Far Slash, a little bit of recovery and nerf the damage, bro. And, oh yeah, and clean hit Volcanic Viper. That needs to not be a thing. That either needs to not be a thing or that needs to do a lot less damage. Actually, no, both of those things need to happen. Like holy shit. It's actually too insane. Now we're talking about Kai. Overall, I think Kai needs a little bit of help. Just a little bit. While I do feel like he's a solid character, I feel like there's nothing scary about him. The only time that you really lose to Kai is if you're being outplayed or if you're mashing. Kai stay the same or small buff. I think he could use a pretty sizable buff. I don't want to say small buff because I feel like that's not fair compared to, you know, Soul being in the game and Chipp being in the game. The only thing that's bad about him is that he has 3 supers and you can literally only use one of them. Have y'all ever seen a Kai player use that projectile super? Bro, Kai's projectile super is actually a myth. And on top of his projectile super being a myth, did you guys know that he had an install? Holy shit. And guess what? You never see it. You literally never see his install because it's not worth doing. I feel like if they made it his dragon install, like he had access to it at like 50% life, I feel like that'd be okay, and make it to where he can actually still gain meter. I think this character is weak because of the point they wanted his install to be used, but they made it so bad to where he just doesn't get better at later stages of the game. It's okay, like it's okay if they make characters like that, like in the sense of Kai, like where you make them, you know, they're okay at the start of the round, or they're okay at the you know, beginning of the match, and later on in the match they get stronger. That's fine. You could see concepts like that with like Goldlewis, for instance. Let's just talk about, y'all know how he has like the meter that regenerates over time, and when it fills, his special moves get better. So like with time, that character gets better. That's just what it is. Now with Kai, if you were to able to get into your dragon install later in the game, you know, when you have the meter, when you have the life for it, then sure, he gets better. But they just made it to where it's useless. But overall, we know Kai needs buffs. But like I was saying, just make his DP a little bit better because his DP sucks. Nerf Stun Dipper, I don't want it to be 5 frames just because I'm complaining. But everything else buffs, like, you know, Dragon Assault make it good. One thing I want to say about Kai before I go is that his 6P is godlike. One of the best 6Ps in the game. Good range, good 6P, good corner carry. All right, now we're gonna talk about Mei. This character's she's something. Baby Nerf R/ disjoint and 2S disjoint. Yeah, I feel like she does not need disjointed hurt boxes. She really doesn't. She's already a decently small character, and then for her to be using this stupid anchor that has no hurt box, it actually makes me angry when I get hit by like counter hit slash or counter hit, like literally counter hit anything, because I know I couldn't even like be close to hitting her. And the thing about this character that I don't like is that she controls the neutral with Dolphin, and with Dolphin being like, you know, obviously it gives her neutral. If she doesn't use Dolphin, she still has really good neutral just because, you know, her anchor does not have a hurt box. It's just disjointed. You can't hit her. You can't hit the anchor and hit her. Now I'm gonna complain a little bit. Leo's slash and Leo's heavy slash, you see those swords? Now if Mei is over here swinging this anchor that can't be hit, why is Leo's swords, you know, have a hurt box on it? Same thing with Kai. Why does Kai's sword have a hurt box on it if he throws it out? You know, it doesn't make sense. It's not consistent. If you're gonna make these characters have hurt boxes on their, you know, weapons, then you have to make Mei have a hurt box on hers too. Like, come on, like, be real. At least if it's not the whole anchor, at least part of the anchor have a hurt box. You know, something. Her RPS off a lot of her stuff is insane. Like, same thing with like close slash. Close slash is insane. Command grab damage, insane. Counter hit damage. You can't burst against this character just because the anchor doesn't have a hurt box. Her knockdown setups and like mix up options is really good. Like, it's just everything about this character is good. I feel like she could use like a slight nerf. The only nerf being that just make sure she's not hitting me for so much damage and give her some hurt boxes. That's really all. Now Zato, honestly I don't know too much about Zato. I haven't really seen many insane Zato players, but I feel like this character can stay the same just because I feel like it takes a lot of work to make this character really good, and even with the work that you put in to make this character good, I feel like there's still counterplay to him. 2S hurt box kind of sus. Yeah, I don't like that some of his moves have hurt boxes when they shouldn't. Like, a lot of his moves have hurt boxes when they shouldn't, and he could just get beat out in neutral. Like, without Eddie, of course, he's just not a character. Like, whenever he doesn't have Eddie, if he's not flying around in the air, if he's trying to play neutral, he's trolling. Like, you're actually trolling. But overall, I think Zato could stay the same because we don't really know like how far he's gonna go up, like in terms of the tier. Let's talk about Ino. I don't really know too much about the character, but I do know that a lot of her mix is kind of whatever. See, her mix is good, but the way she gets into her mix is by winning neutral, and she does not have really good neutral. She has 2 ways to get in, and if you have ways to stop her from getting in, you're perfectly fine. The only ways the Ino player gets in is by dashing at you with that stupid, you know, that flight shit or whatever, or if they use stroke the big tree with the low. Now if you're covering the low option and you see her dash in the air, 6P her. All you have to do is just check where she's going. You don't have to like chase her around. You have to do any of that. You chase her, and then you're gonna lose. You're gonna end up getting scrambling, you're gonna end up getting hit, you're gonna end up getting put in bad Oki situations that you don't want to be put in, you know, and then you're just gonna lose. But her neutral, suspect. She doesn't have long range buttons. Her projectile is really slow on startup. Like, she just doesn't have a get in free. Like somebody like Soul has his little slide move. I don't even remember what it's called. Y'all know the move I'm talking about, where he slides across the floor for free. That's basically stroke the big tree but full screen. So Soul has what she has except full screen, and he has air options, so he could jump, instant air dash, and he could do his little like bandit revolver to where he like kicks across the screen, or he could do his dive punch. Like, Soul has more options to get in than Ino, and Ino is the one that needs them. She literally needs ways to get in. Like, she can't get in. Now, like I said, Ino's gonna get in it like from the air with her dash, or she's gonna get in from stroke the big tree, and it's very easy to see what she's doing and how to stop it. And also, if you're getting hit by Ino, you're not taking much damage. You're literally not taking much damage. She has to hit you maybe like 5 times for her to kill you, maybe 6. If she gets like, you know, optimal routes, she can do like 4 or 5 maybe. At the end of the day, you're not getting hit that hard unless you're mashing and, you know, counter hit stuff, whatever. Now we're on to Anji. What do you guys think about Anji? Y'all think he needs some help? Y'all think he needs some nerfs, some buffs? What do you? I know majority of you guys are thinking that he's gonna need some buffs. Cause I do agree. I think he could use a little bit of help. The only thing that I think he needs a little bit of help with is what's it called? His Fujin. I think his Fujin is kind of like useless. Faster startup on Butterfly maybe? No, I don't think it needs faster startup because you already get it like guaranteed off of like a throw. If you throw or you get like a 2D, you get a guaranteed setup. Like it's no reason to make it faster. It's not meant to be used in neutral. It's meant as a setup tool. I think the thing that needs help is Fujin. Fujin really needs help. DP beats Fujin. Yeah, but that's the way it should be. I don't feel like that's the issue here. If you have a DP and someone has a gap in their pressure, that's what the DP is there for. Is there to get you out of the pressure. That's literally what it's there for. Make Fujin less fuzzyable. I don't know. I feel like Fujin just needs a little bit of help. I'm not really sure what they can do about it to make it better, but other than that, I think he has pretty good damage on his combos, especially from playing Loso. I could see that this character like actually has some shit to him, you know? The dance in neutral is really good. It makes a lot of long range buttons not really usable, but you do have to be careful because there's only one hit. He has good like wake up options too. Like his parry is really good since there's no like startup to it. Like it just out instantly. It's like an instant frame 1 parry, and there's no like tell to it. Like if you think they're gonna do it on wake up, you just have to think they're gonna do it. And if he doesn't do it, and you just like end up losing your turn, it's just because there's no like big animation to it, you know? But yeah, Anji, I feel like he just needs like slight changes. I don't think he needs too much. I feel like no one really knows how to play him besides Loso. Let's talk about Leo. Buffs, nerfs, stay the same. Honestly, I'm gonna give you guys my opinion on Leo. I think he should stay the same because I don't think people are blocking Leo how you're supposed to. People are definitely not making use of their defensive options against this character, and it kind of makes it to where you just get fucking mixed the whole game. You literally get mixed the whole game if you don't know how to block against Leo. I'm not gonna tell you how to block against Leo. You're gonna figure that out yourself, but I will say people are not blocking him how you're supposed to. Is when people figure a lot of the stuff out, like about how to block the back turn, and they start getting their, you know, OS is down or whatnot, then it's gonna make it infinitely harder for you to lose to trash Leo players. The only buff that I think that I could ever take with this character is make it to where I don't get hit on my slash and heavy slash normals. Like if my swords are getting hit and Mei's are not, then I want that. But other than that, that's the only thing I can ask for. And I don't even want that. I feel like I should be getting hit on my normals. Now we're gonna talk about Faust. What do you guys think about Faust? Buffs, nerfs, stay the same? I personally think he definitely needs a little bit of help. I think this character is definitely like on the worst end of things. He's definitely on the worst end of things. Yo, this is not even Faust. Like this is Faust, but he's depressed. Like he needs help. We need to help my boy out. We got to be here for him, you know? Y'all think removing Trumpet would help? Probably. He needs a wall break super. That would be nice if he had a wall break super. What I will say is that I feel like he needs some sort of like safe special cancel option. Either that or he needs to not have so much recovery on a lot of his shit. More items. I think more items would be good. He definitely needs help. I don't play the character. I literally couldn't tell you where to buff him because I don't see enough Faust players. The only Faust player that I ever see play is really just Hook. And even then, like I really just don't know. Now on the Axel. Now I think this character needs to stay the way he is. Either that or slightly nerf. I don't want to say nerf him because it's not his fault. It's not his fault. Now I'm gonna give y'all the deal with Axel. The thing about Axel is that the system mechanics help him out a lot. The system mechanics of this game help him out so much. FD pushing back on block, giving him the space that he needs. Burst is so good. Yeah, burst is really good for him. Burst giving him the space that he needs on hit, gives him the space that he needs. If he bursts, or even if you burst, and you can't burst against this character, his buttons just don't allow for it. You literally can't allow for it. Now, if you get him in the corner and he gets hit and you wall break him without using super, he's back to where he wants to be. He has the space. That's overall 3 system mechanics that I just said. All 3 system mechanics that I just named are all good for Axel. Also wall breaking. All these leave him to where he wants to be. And his health is not low enough to where you touch him twice and he dies. It's almost low enough for it, but there's usually going to be some situations where he gets touched and he bursts, right? So that's 1 touch you lost because he bursted there. He gets touched. Let's say you get in the second time. You get in the second time, you get the wall break. You got to win neutral again. After chasing this character for so long, you got to win neutral a 3rd time. And while trying to win neutral this 3rd time, you fucking lose. And now you got to get back to it. I don't think that he needs any nerfs, but I think the system mechanics are really like what's going for him, really. That's really what it is. Now, Potemkin, this motherfucker needs a nerf. Nerf Garuda. Get that out the... No, take Garuda out the game. I don't want Garuda in this game. It's not fun. Because you block 1 Garuda and then you have to guess. Or if you tried FDing and you managed to get hit, which I fucking hate in this game. I hate FDing and getting hit. It's the worst thing ever. If you get hit by Garuda or if you block Garuda, you have to guess. Leo has a guard crush too. If you say that again, I'm going to shoot you. Bro, I don't care that Leo has a guard crush. He doesn't have a 50% damage command grab that you have to guess off of. And Leo only has access to his guard crush in back turn stance, which he has to earn, by the way. But Garuda impact is like, oh, you're kind of next to me. Let me Kara Garuda and make you guess. It's also disjointed. Exactly. It's also disjointed. And don't even get me started that if this character has bar, if he managed to get meter, you literally have to guess. You already had to guess if he hit Garuda, but now if he has meter and he hits you with Garuda and he PRCs, or no, blue RCs. No, if he PRCs, he gets the Garuda again, which is mad Chipp, by the way. And if he blue RCs, you have to guess low, overhead, or grab. We need to like start a petition or something. We need some signatures because that's OD. Now we're gonna talk about Ram. What do y'all think, chat? Y'all think she needs to stay where she is? Y'all think she needs some buffs? Y'all think she needs some nerfs? What do y'all think? Now, personally, I think that Ram as a character, she's okay in the mid screen. Like, she's okay. Like, she gets good damage. I mean, not really good damage, but she gets good hits. But where she really shines, obviously, is the corner. Corner is where that character becomes actually not fair. Thank goodness that she's a character in this game that makes me thankful that wall break is a thing. Imagine if there was no wall break in the game and she could just loop you with this sword corner pressure bullshit. Sword pickup needs a cooldown. Yeah, I think that it could use a cooldown because there should be no reason why she's doing close slash. What's the loop? It's like close slash into sword throw into 2k into dash up, pick up sword, close slash, sword throw 2k, like that or whatever that loop is. That shit is OD. There's some characters that are not fast enough to do anything about that. Yeah, exactly. You can't burst against this character either. There's some situations where you can, but she has burst safe combos for the most part. I think this character's fine the way she is, but I feel like the one thing that needs to get like nerfed about her is her fucking that jump in. I think it's jump H. There's actually no hurt box on it. Like, you can't hit her out of that. You can't anti-air. You can't do anything. You just get smoked every time. It hits on both sides. Like, there's literally nothing that you could do about it. Now we're gonna talk about Giovanna. What do you guys think about Giovanna, chat? You think she's too easy? Great reward? I feel like it's fine to have a character like that in the game though. I think a lot of her strength comes from her like strike throw, but that's really it. She has like fuzzy setups and fuzzy mix-ups and stuff like that, but I don't think it's that insane. The only thing that I would say to change about her that's actually ridiculous is 2D. Her 2D literally is like, hold on, do y'all know the frames on 2D? Because if y'all don't know, I'm going to tell it to you right now. Listen, it has 17 frames of startup. So 17 frames is not, it's not bad, you know, it's relatively fast, but she's low profile. Like, in low profiles, you can't hit wherever she like the dog, you know how like the dog kicks or whatever, you can't hit that. And this move has 10 active frames, ridiculously disjointed, 10 active frames, and it's 7 frames of recovery, so you're not punishing that on whiff. And if you manage to, like, it'll just say you blocked it, and usually you would think dusts are punishable, but no, her dust is -3. You can't punish it on block, can't punish it on whiff, and you can't hit her like while she's doing it because she's gonna low profile whatever it is that you're throwing out. Other than that, I think she really shines when it comes to like her up close pressure, but there are options against it. You just have to figure out, like, you know, you have to FD a lot of her like pressure. Just make sure she's like mixing up her options. If she's doing the same frame traps and the same, you know, pressure options and whatnot, it's kind of whatever. It's kind of easy to deal with. And her dash is probably one of the best dashes in the game. It's actually unreactable. You can't see the dash. You can't see it. If she ever does the dash like in her pressure, you're probably getting thrown. There've been times where like I've been getting pressured by a Geo player and she'll just randomly mix in like 5k dash throw and I'm like, oh, that was fast. But other than that, like, she doesn't get like ridiculous damage off of any of her hits. I think she gets pretty good damage though. Yeah, it's really sizable. You have to be careful when you get hit by her, especially when she's stacking up her meter and she turns green. But that's really it. Like, she's really good though. Like, I think this character is really good. Now, does anybody know anything about Goldlewis? Because I feel like he's been out for like he hasn't been out for a very long time, and I still don't even know what this character does. But every time I fought a Goldlewis, I just win. Like, I don't know. I just haven't seen anything from him. Yeah, I don't think he doesn't. I know he doesn't have a DP. His buttons are slow, so he has a lot of gaps and stuff. You can't really say if he needs buffs or nerfs yet. So I think we're gonna leave him out of this. Yeah, I think we just gotta leave him out of this. I don't think there's much to be said about him as of right now. But for the most part, I think we covered the whole cast pretty well. But those are my thoughts. Just feel free to discuss in the chat, all that good stuff.